Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Or okie dokie artichoke. That was one of my favorite Christopher Walken's.
Artichoke. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. We are back. It's Monday. It's Thanksgiving. We're so thankful to be here. We have heard some great news from our friends yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
One of our closest friends, couple friends.
They're
expecting a baby, and we're so excited. Congratulations, guys.
It's going to be sick.
Don't say their names.
I won't.
Want to chat?
Yeah, sure. I probably was about to.
Yeah. Should we even say that?
They don't know who it is.
We have a lot of friends.
Yeah. We're like stars.
We hope you had a good week. We have not.
I wonder, actually, why haven't we?
Because of like what's going on in the world, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been shook to our core.
A little shook, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wonder how many people celebrate Thanksgiving that are listening to this.
Yeah, I know. I wonder.
If you're in Iran,
do you celebrate
Thanksgiving?
No, there was no natives that were given the land to the... It's too long ago.
Have
no
their
one
land
knows
taken from them yet.
Yeah, I'm sure something has happened, but yeah, we don't have Thanksgiving in Iran. But I love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving food.
Mm-hmm.
I hate fall.
You absolutely hate fall.
I hate fall, and it's the most gorgeous season. Like, actually, I don't think so. I like spring. Spring is the most gorgeous season because it's like, you know, that light green color on the grass and all the cherry blossoms. That's my favorite. And like little flowers.
Yeah, but you got to define spring, like spring where? Because spring in Canada kind of sucks.
Yeah. Spring in Iran. Spring in Canada it's just short, but it still gives me the same vibes.
Fair enough.
Because also it's our new year.
It's really wet and muddy.
Yeah. I don't mind as long as I can see that like life is growing. To me, fall is like everything is dying. And my brother, actually, Nima, feels the same way. And my cousin too, and a bunch of other people. So it's not just me. But I know majority of people love cozy sweater.
Weather. You just made a new word.
It's weather and sweater. Together is sweater. Sweater, weather, cozy pumpkin spice. No.
What's your favorite? Your favorite season's summer, then, obviously.
It's spring. I was just talking about it.
Oh, I thought you were saying like you just enjoy spring over fall. I wasn't listening, guys.
You never listen to me. That's what that
All
means.
I'm worried about is what I'm gonna say.
That's so now I have the same mentality. I have learned to do the same. No.
Nah,
yeah, I guess because I enjoy it, but it is my favorite. Because I just explained it because it's all about life and yeah.
I missed the first part. Yeah. I didn't miss the whole thing.
But I love Thanksgiving, even though I don't really enjoy autumn. I love Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Also, fall or autumn is like when you go back to school, and my job is I'm a teacher, so I still go back to school.
Yeah.
So it still has the same feel as when you were a kid, you know, when you were like, damn, school's starting. That's how we felt anyway. Summer was so fun that when school started, it was like, I don't want to go back.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Thanksgiving, I love Thanksgiving too. But I think it got away from its like the traditions that we used to have. Yeah,
just like everything else.
Yeah, everything has kind of changed. Like Thanksgiving for us, I used to love Thanksgiving because it was like the one that had no expectations. It's not like Christmas. Where you're hoping to get something you want, or you know, like, or
always
like
goes back to you getting gifts,
or what? But no, like Christmas when it's done, it's like meh.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sucks.
Like it's the
when
worst.
Christmas is over, it's the worst. At least you have New Year's, but still,
then it's like back to work.
Even though you were working in between all of that, But because of the anticipation of Christmas Day.
So Thanksgiving, there's really no like anticipation. It's like the expectations are low, and like we used to have it like in Canada, it would be like always this family free for all, and it doesn't matter. It would even go to friends or something like that, but it would always be a bunch of kids, running outside, playing in the leaves, playing hide and seek.
That's really fun.
You know, it was
and it's just getting cold, so you need a sweater. So fun, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it was always like.
I think in the U.S. it's even more Like in US, Thanksgiving is in November. I think it's the 4th Thursday of November. Ours is the 2nd Monday of October.
Yeah, they probably kept their roots.
Yeah, and the reason, do you know the reason as to why Canada's day is different than US?
Mm-mm.
It's because in Canada it gets colder.
Oh, really?
Sooner, so they have to harvest the crops sooner. So
okay.
because it was all about that, like giving thanks to God for the food that you have for the winter.
What about those people near the border though? Sucks to be them.
What?
They have to celebrate Thanksgiving in the snow, like people in Buffalo or like Michigan.
Yeah, for sure.
Detroit.
It has to do with, I guess, like, but it's about harvest, not really.
Yeah, but those are like, that's pretty much it's almost the exact same climate, if not worse.
I don't think Buffalo is known for its farming though.
It's the farming capital of the U.S.
So they're okay.
But fair enough. But think about back in the day. I wonder how they did that.
Yeah.
Because it would have been that, you know?
Yeah. I teach this as part of my curriculum about Canada, so I know a lot about
It's so whack, man, what you guys have to go through to get your Canadian citizenship. The stuff
you don't even know why the difference
we don't even know half the stuff. Like if I took the citizenship test, I'd fail. I wouldn't even be a citizen.
Yeah, but you were born here. This is your country.
Yeah,
so
but
we have to prove that this is ours.
Seems a little unfair.
I was under 18. I never had to take the test. It was
sick.
the best. They just gave it to me. Yeah, but my family did all of them.
Well, you basically did everything you need to know the test.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But you know, when you look into like the history of Thanksgiving, it's also very sad, and there's so much that's like not written about, and like stories that have been passed down from Aboriginal people.
Yeah.
And so it kind of ties into like how we have been feeling with what we see on TV since like Sunday. And today's topic, we want to talk about something really fun. It's because we have been feeling so heavy.
Fun or... Yeah, it was funny actually. Yeah,
funny.
It's different. Yeah, it's like
funny.
It's not the same because we've been feeling really down, and that's a crazy thing, you know. Like, you can't. It's like as much as you try to hide from, because we don't watch news.
No, we don't have TV channels.
We don't have TV channels. We're not like current on like CNN or CP24 is what we have in Canada, or like just like basic local news. It's kind of. I mean, I don't think it's very good how we get our information because it could be very skewed, and so but we don't put like stock in it. Yeah,
but also the new rule in Canada is social media. You can't have news on there, but still some things get through, right? Like we see it through other people's, like people send me videos, and it's like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I mean, ignorance is, what is it? Ignorance is bliss, and it's like. In some situations, you have to protect your mental health a little bit. Like this today, just before this, I was on Instagram and someone's story was about everything that's happening in Israel. And I was watching a video and James is like, no, he like told me to turn it off. He's like, this affected you like the night before so much. I was like shaking. I had to ask you to like come and sit with me so we can talk about it. Remember?
Yeah, it's weird because we can't do anything about it. Like, what are we supposed to do? Raise awareness? Like, we raise awareness, and then, like, what happens?
No, but it's also such a messy and complicated situation. And then I also think about Iranians and what they're going through, everything that I hear from you guys, that you send me, and my parents explain to me still what's happening. Like a woman, this lady, she won a Nobel Prize this year, just like last week, and she's in jail. She's a journalist, Persian journalist, and she's in jail, and they gave her a Nobel Prize. So her family's in France, I believe, and they accepted it on her behalf. But like, is she ever gonna come out?
France, eh?
Yeah, they immigrated to France, their Persian family, and she's a journalist. So anyways, it's just such a dark and depressing time combined for me with fall. It's not good.
Yo, I wonder, I don't mean to like put a comical twist on what you just said, but I wonder if they have bed bugs there. If they're experiencing the bed bugs.
Yeah, we were
family. Because it's crazy,
I wonder if you guys have heard the sweep of bed bugs in Paris. I don't know if it's everywhere.
They're calling it an epidemic or something like that because it's just taken over.
They're everywhere. Public transport, subway, hotels.
Apparently, this is what shocked me. I was reading up on it. This shocked me because I was like, man, when were we in Paris last?
On our...
Was it 2016, 2017?
Yeah, something like... No, 18, maybe even 19?
Okay, that's crazy because between 2017 and 2020, bed bugs were like heavy.
Oh my
so
God.
It's always been an issue because Paris is like a well-traveled area, right? They have a lot of tourists coming in and from a lot of different regions.
Parts of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
is that why they have bed bugs?
It's part of it, but it's also
well, they can like grow.
No, like that's what they're saying. They're saying that's part of it is is because there's so many different people coming in and out. Yeah, every city has bed bugs.
Yeah.
Every city has it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just for some reason certain areas get it more than others. But the crazy thing is, take this in. So the reason why they're spreading so much is because bed bugs have been like an issue in Paris, and they've been spraying and they use insecticides and stuff to kill them, like all this repellent. Well, they're getting used to it, so they're becoming like super bugs. They're like, and that's why
brain, all muscle,
all intelligence, just fighting their way through it.
They're not dying.
They're not dying. They're not dying from the spray.
Immune to
that's
it
what
now.
happened, right? That's what they're
like
saying.
The vaccine.
Yeah, exactly. They probably were huge results in the spread of COVID.
Oh my God.
It started in Paris. Yeah, so they're getting used to the
I wish there was something you could do that they would die instantly, because when they're like, I've heard when they're in a house, they don't leave.
Yeah, so what?
No matter what you do.
They're saying if you have to wash at like 60 degrees, 30 degrees Celsius and hot water for a long cycle with lots of detergent. And what kills them is the heat and the detergent. But the thing is, like the major caveat is that the detergent has to touch them.
If it doesn't,
they survive.
If they're in your, oh my God.
What little snakes,
They're the worst. I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard people coming back from Paris Fashion Week this year. They're like burning their suitcases. They're like, never mind, I don't want any of my clothes. Because it's not worth it. It doesn't matter how much your clothes cost.
Yeah, that's not.
I would never, I would choose my clean house over like bed bug free.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Would you choose not traveling ever again if it meant that you'd never get bed bugs?
No, I think I would like...
In your house?
I think I would create a system where I would come in the airport, go to a hotel, shower, do laundry, like I would. Probably travel less, but...
Not travel for 10 years or have bed bugs in your house once?
Not travel for 10 years.
Shame, that deep,
No, because they don't leave. When they're in your house, they don't leave.
So they're there forever?
They're there forever. Like I mean, so many people have been able to, if you figure it out fast, you can kill them. But think about it. Their kids are clear. Their babies are clear. You can't see it.
Yeah, they're gross, man. They say when the eggs get squished, there's like a distinct moist smell.
That's gross. That's disgusting. Anyways, today we're not even talking about any of this stuff. Since we're talking about Paris, though.
Yeah.
We're going to share some of our funny travel stories.
Oh, man.
To Paris.
Crazy. You know, Paris is insane. I never realized when Tina said, like, let's go to Paris. Let's go to it's the most romantic city and all this stuff. I was like, yeah, okay.
It was our first year anniversary trip.
She's like, yeah. And she's like, we'll see the Eiffel Tower. And Eiffel Tower has never been something that I thought would be cool. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's like a landmark. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
like it's there.
It's like the pyramids in Egypt. You have to see it.
Even then, I wouldn't like. I wouldn't just like have to go to Egypt to see the pyramids. I think I could pass on that.
You don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Certain things I don't care about. Like when we went to Mexico, I didn't care. Even for our honeymoon, we could have taken a excursion to the
ruins.
The ruins.
We passed on that.
Yeah, we passed.
Yeah, it was too long of a day.
Even though it's one of the 7 wonders, right?
We probably should have sucked it up. We were so tired.
It was far.
But the thing that threw me off, and now I probably will go see the pyramids because the Eiffel Tower is huge. Like that base of the structure is insane.
Yeah, no matter how much you know about it, once you get there, then you realize
like you don't understand how big that base is, and that's what fascinates me. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Paris is fun. I love Paris. It's changed though. It's so different now. It's like it doesn't have the same vibe. The first time we went there, we were napping in parks, like sleeping there. Now it just doesn't feel like it's something you could do.
Really?
And more people were doing that. There was a lot of people. We'd see them just walk, put down their suitcase, like put their blazer off, and then lay down on the grass,
even people
pass
who
out,
were working.
and then get up and go.
Yeah. Like they took naps in parks. I'm sure they still do that.
Did you feel that vibe last time we went?
Yeah.
What?
We just didn't do it. We didn't have a blanket. The first time I brought a blanket.
No. It wasn't like that.
Okay. It was for me.
You felt that?
Yeah, I love Paris. I don't have a different perspective of it.
Yeah.
No. What's funny is
I was more paranoid. Go ahead.
Oh, maybe that's why you felt not as safe.
Yeah, I had felt more guarded. I didn't feel unsafe.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't feel not safe. I felt.
Our second hotel was really nice. It was in a good neighborhood.
Yeah, like honestly, I liked Paris. I do like it. It's just, it didn't, like Rome is a place that I go back to and it feels like the same.
Yeah.
It's like, I love this place. I go back. It feels the same. It feels the same. Paris, the first time, like took me by surprise. I liked it a lot. And then it changed. You know, it just changed for me. It wasn't the same. And I was like,
I could live in Paris without the bed bugs. Like, I love Paris. I think it's so nice. And I wouldn't obviously live in the touristy area, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a nice...
They have amazing neighborhoods.
Yeah, they do. And it's huge and it's so nice.
It's a nice city. It is.
You know, when people talk about like the energy of the city, like usually New York, London, Paris, I felt that in New York and I felt it in Paris. New York more, I would say, even though it was so cold when we went there for my birthday in January one year.
Yeah.
It was so cold, like -20. But I felt it. It was nice. It was just like awesome walking around.
Yeah, I felt that energy in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah?
That's where I felt that energy. That's probably one of the only cities that I felt like that vibe where I'm like, whoa, this is fun. You know, in a city where it's like, yeah, that's fun. Because I never feel that.
We don't have that here. I mean, in Toronto, I'm sure you can, but we don't like spend evenings in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, our first funny story in Paris is the first time we went there for our first year anniversary. And it turned out that one of our other couples friends who got married, and we were groomsmen and bridesmaids in their wedding, they were going to Serbia for a wedding. And on their last few days, they were going to be in Paris. So we were going to be in Paris for that one night, our last night, and their like whatever first night. So we met up with them at the Eiffel Tower, remember?
Yeah, we were sitting there watching the bats.
Watching the bats go by. I always have thought that there were birds.
Tina's like, those birds are not very good at flying.
Yeah, there were bats.
Those are bats.
Yeah. And you know, another thing about Paris is like you will see rats at night. Like,
yeah.
It's a big city, man.
Big ass rats.
But also it's a big city. It's high in tourism. And so therefore there's a lot of garbage, just like New York. Like people putting out their garbage, like restaurants and stuff, right? Remember New York?
New York is crazy.
It was worse than
New
Paris.
York has mounds of garbage.
Yeah, like every day they had garbage day.
Yeah, all you hear is garbage trucks.
Because we have it once a week here. Yeah. Over there it was like every morning.
Once every other week.
Yeah, because we have recycling.
1 week is recycling all week, every week, but then garbage is every other week. That's crazy.
I know. So anyway, we met with our friends and then we went to sit at like a restaurant. It was like close to maybe 11 at night.
Yeah, so we have a general rule, like, and we learned this the first time we went to Paris, is that after like 11, things start to change. Like
they get
homeless people start coming out. Like there's a lot of homeless people. Like one corner that you walk by at 3 p.m. that was like cute, and you took a picture there. By like 11.
It was like
it's like occupied by like some sketchy characters, you know?
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to like be walking alone there.
You hear and yelling and stuff. It was so weird. And it was like that. There was 2 nights where it was like that. And then this was one of the nights that were like, hey, we were like, so we would go in. We'd just go in because like you don't want to get caught up in something that you don't have to be. Like we're not out trying to go to a club or anything.
No. We actually have never been clubbing on any of our trips.
No. So to just walk around the streets at night is just a little pointless, right? So we
also, you're tired because we get out at like 8 a.m.
And Tina, like at this point, she didn't believe in taxis or anything.
I
or
wanted
Ubers,
to walk
so we walked
everywhere. We took a subway a few times.
We did, yeah. We took the metro.
Yeah, in Paris.
Twice.
Yeah, and it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyways, we were out past our curfew, our personal curfew.
Yeah, because we were with our friends and we wanted to like hang out and spend as much time.
Yeah, so we went to go get like some coffee or some drinks and food, and we're sitting at this place. Actually, on our way there, there's this guy, and he's literally walking. He's like,
just like acting.
What the hell? He's like got fake guns.
Yeah, he's acting like he has a gun in his hand,
like shooting at us, shooting at other people. He's like, F this country, F this. And he'd like throw a grenade.
He would hide behind like electric boxes on the street.
Yeah, shoot at you like with his fake guns.
It was funny at first.
Like, we were like, yo, what the hell? And then we're like, damn, like we like checked the watch. It's like, yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
Weirdos have standard, come out.
Right? Yeah. So we're like, man, that guy's crazy. Let's keep going. So we walked past him. And we sit down at this cafe. And we're just sitting there, and then like we're having a good time, having our snacks and all that, and all we hear is like yelling. We're like, shit, man, I wonder what that is.
Yeah.
What do we see? This dude come walking down the street
us.
In his own war. F Paris, F Paris,
F France, like F France. He's mad.
And we're sitting in the cafe, so we're sitting on this cafe. He's on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
Putting in work, and we're looking at him. We can't, like, he's so loud. So we kind of look over and we just like laugh a little bit.
I didn't look at him a lot because I get scared of these situations.
Yeah, you don't want to like make too much eye contact with them.
You did.
I did.
That's why he came over.
But he looked at me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna look away. You know what I mean? Because like it just was weird. It just seemed like it felt like I was going to get punked. You know what I mean? It's like someone looks at you and you look away like that. Like, I'm not going to do that.
You want to see where he's at all times. Yeah, I get that.
So the guy, I look at him, and then he looks at me and he's like, and he like
so
does
you
this
started laughing.
Yeah, he does this like little like stop, and he like stutters a bit, like he's trying to fake me out. And then he runs behind a little moped, and then he comes out of nowhere with a bazooka. And this is a fake bazooka, okay?
There's nothing in his hands.
Nothing in his hands. He's like, he like shoots it at us. And
James is laughing.
I can't stop. Like, that's funny, man. Like, that just made me laugh.
I'm like,
yeah, she's like, oh no.
I knew he was insane.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's from all the stuff we were yelling, he's from Finland. So I guess he served
in the army.
He was forced or something.
He came over and talked to us. Yeah.
Yeah. He came over, and then he started talking to us. What was he saying in the beginning? It was kind of okay.
No, he explained like that he was in the army, and he explained something about some revolution, something that was really hard for him and he was a part of. So we were like, oh, he's an army, like he's a soldier. He was a soldier before. He's seen a lot. Therefore, he's doing all this, probably has trauma, from war, and we were understanding, and so we respected him.
And then he said, and he's like, this country needs to. The problem with this country is people like you.
Yeah.
Right. He got.
We're like
and we're
wait,
like, what? And he's like, yeah, like you. And I was like, what did you say?
Yeah.
And you're like, babe, chill. And then he like stood up, and like I stood up because like. You don't want to like do that.
Yeah.
So like sit down, some man standing over you.
Like this? Yeah, for sure.
You stand up face to face, and this guy's like, he started like getting really racist. Yeah. He's like, you N-word, get back to your country.
James.
You shouldn't be here and all this stuff. And I was like,
he was from Finland. He wasn't from France.
Yeah, I don't know why he's defending. Yeah.
Also, we're tourists. We're just visiting.
Yeah, we're going to go back to our country. Don't worry, man. We're going to be out of here. Yeah. And then Tina's like,
Let's
Babe,
go.
Let's just go.
Let's all go. And James was like, kept laughing, and you swore at him a couple of times to scare him away.
He was pretty close. I was gonna push him.
Yeah.
But because like twice in France, I had some dude lean into me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the other one?
The other one, yeah. We'll just tell that one.
Yeah, well, he was rude.
That guy was rude. But this guy, yeah, Tina's like, no, don't. He seemed very drunk, too.
He was.
He probably would have hurt himself if he fell. There's no way he could
No,
barely...
you could have done this to him and he would have fell.
Yeah.
So it's like he was old, you
So
know?
he left.
You don't fight. Like, doesn't matter how... That's the whole point of this whole life.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how someone treats you. Like, he's obviously being clearly disrespectful, racist, and all of this towards all of us, especially James. But, like, you don't do the same thing to him, you know? Unless, I would understand if he attacks you and you protect yourself, sure.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. But you don't also think, like, we've been talking about an eye for an eye kind of situation. It doesn't really make a difference in the world. But maybe, you never know, maybe that guy sobered up the next day and felt really bad.
Yeah, you never know. At least we gave him the chance to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. And he can feel sorry for what he said or not. Most likely, probably not.
Yeah.
From his age, he's not going to change. But you never know. Like, you've changed so many people's minds about racism just by being who you are. And, you know, I've interacted with people in certain ways to change their minds. My family has been the same with people who treated us differently for being Baha'is, and now they only talk good of us, you know? So it's like, that's how you leave a legacy. That's what you do with your kindness. Not just by procreating and like realizing that, oh, as long as my last name lives on, that's my legacy.
Yeah, that's not a legacy.
I don't think
that's just a lineage.
Yeah,
that's all
it's
that
a
is.
lineage, different word, exactly.
Yeah, you can't, like, violence, you can't win violence on violence, you know? It doesn't work that way.
So we walked away and we were just laughing.
We were laughing. Well, we didn't walk away, babe. We had to flee. We were fleeing
fast.
the bullets.
Oh, yeah, true.
He was shooting at us as
and then
we
even
retreated.
when we were walking away, you were kind of like dodging his bullets and he was laughing. He's just called him all these bad names. And James is like playing around with them. And
Matrix, you know?
Yeah.
That guy
I felt bad for that guy, for sure. He seemed so lonely. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, just out at night. Like,
he legit looked like he just like parachuted in. Like, he did. He did, like, he had nothing. Like, he didn't.
Yeah.
He seemed like he just made it to the city that night. And
and then he's like, he has all this insight on politics and who should live in what country.
Yeah, that guy was funny.
Yeah, you know, James and I, when we went to Paris for the first time, even France, people had told us, like, you know, don't get, like, thrown off if you feel like people are a little bit mean to you and stuff like that. We didn't experience that. And, like, I wouldn't take that experience and say, oh, people from France. First of all, he wasn't from France. Second of all, you can't take an experience like that and say the whole country is like that. Even if you have multiple experiences like that on your trip. Doesn't represent the whole nation.
I feel like with tourism in general, because the whole thing is like, this country's racist. This country's discriminatory. This place is this. We found that, like, in every country that we go to, it all depends on how you treat that person.
Yeah, how you treat them face to face. Like, we try to at least speak their language instead of going in, hi, do you have this? Like, you know, we say a couple of French words. We try. And we're nice and we're smiling. Yeah. We've never had someone be rude to us.
Yeah, it's like Jamaica, right? People say like
Jamaicans
like
will give you attitude.
They'll give you attitude or they're rude.
They have sass.
But the thing is like, I think Jamaicans are just more blunt. They're a little more straightforward. They're not as like.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's funny. Like, I like it because you get to the point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I remember waiting. I wanted to get us something to drink when we were at that resort, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And I was like, yo, man. He's like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then he just walked off. And I was like, yo, I need a drink. He's like, I got you. And you know, but then every time I went up there, I just went up and I said, yo, I need a drink. And he'd come right away.
Different cultures,
Different culture,
Like, in my culture, that would be so rude to tell someone I need a drink.
A lot of cultures that would be rude. If you did that to me here, it'd be different too. Yeah. You know, I'd be like, yo, what's your problem? Yeah. It's weird, huh?
And then we made friends with everyone there. Yeah. And the one guy at our dinner, remember, he was singing for us?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a singer. And then We had a romantic dinner and he started singing for us. It was so cute. And you tipped him really well.
Yeah, he was a good singer too.
He's like, I live with my mom. Remember?
Yeah.
He's like, I need to do my chores and then I come to work.
To work, yeah.
So cute.
Jamaica was fun. It was a fun place. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that sense, we've never had any kind of bad experience in terms of how people have treated us.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they do, if like we go in, people have bad days. And imagine living in a city that's so high in tourism and like your job is to deal with tourists who ask the same dumb question all the time.
Yeah.
It gets annoying.
I mean, we were waiting for boat tickets. I think we were going to Capri. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we were waiting for these tickets and like there's a huge line. There's like 20 of us. Half of them are
We got our
Italian.
ticket the day before. Remember?
Yeah, we were getting it for the next day because like you can't buy tickets at that time because there's no time for the ferry. There's 2 trips in and out unless you take a separate taxi.
And it's busy, man. It's Capri. Yeah. It's the summer. It's
yeah,
Italy.
exactly. Mm-hmm. This girl she's from the US somewhere. She just walks up. She just walks straight up and she's like, I need to get to Capri now. I need a ticket now. They're like, we don't sell them now. You can't.
We're sold out.
She's like, that's unacceptable. You have to sell me a ticket. They're like, no, we don't.
And then she said something about money. You could tell she was like wealthy.
Yeah.
She said something like, well, I'll pay for first class. And it's a ferry, man.
It's a ferry. There's no first class.
You think
on this
it's
ferry.
Titanic up in here?
Yeah. They're like, take a taxi. She's like, no, I want the ferry. And then people in the line started booing her.
Yeah, we're like, get out of here.
She's like, F you guys. But like, man, these people are not like, I don't know. I think there's like a misconception. I feel like when like from North Americans, I don't know how it is from Europe. If you live in Europe or UK or Middle East and you come to another country, how you feel when you come to the other country. But I feel like there's a culture around like our country, like North America, US and Canada, where they go to this other country and it's like, because we're so accustomed to going to resorts, that when we go to like a place overseas where people don't serve you, it's like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, man, you're not going to treat someone at Tim Hortons like they're working for you at a resort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
I feel like that's where that attitude comes in and that like, oh, they were discriminating against us or they're racist.
Yeah.
Because like you treat them like they were servants or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a worker.
And one thing to also kind of think about, I've noticed it has a lot to do with personality. Like I have friends who just like me are immigrants but take things very seriously and to heart. So anything can be racist. Anything can be about my looks, you know? And it's like, it's definitely not. It's something that you're probably struggling with in your head. Mm-hmm. I understand. Like, you know, people go through things.
Yeah. People go through things all the time.
You've gone through racism your whole life, but you don't approach people thinking they're going to treat you differently because you're half black.
Yeah. Like I'm not. Yeah. Even when they do, like when I was in high school, that job, I applied for everybody at my high school worked at this this factory, and this factory paid very well. I think back then they were paying like $18 to like $27 an hour for some of the positions. So some of the kids I was going to school with were making like good money, more than like most like some of their parents make.
Yeah,
it was like double minimum wage. Minimum wage was $7 at that time.
Travis worked there.
I was the only kid
on his own,
living on my own.
He really needed that.
I needed that job. I applied 3-4 times, never got hired. Never.
You can tell with different situations that it can be racial, obviously.
Yeah. Like that was 100% racial. But I didn't just be like, nah, they're not hiring me. I just applied again.
Other places as well.
I just got a job, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's personality. If you're going to stop at a place where you feel like you're oppressed or your progression is being like, you know, can't move on. Yeah, you need to move on or else it only hurts you. And then, you know, when we say things like that, we're also saying it to ourselves because a lot of times this applies to our own life. Because like, you can give advice like this and sit here and talk for a podcast, but when it comes to you, it's going to be hard to actually do it.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
But sometimes I find that you're very good at that.
Yeah, you
move on, like you don't.
Everybody's got their switch that just drives them nuts.
Exactly,
you know, that
exactly. But you have, I think, learned throughout your life to let go and move on, and I think in some instances is really good, and others not so much.
Yeah,
a balance of, I guess.
I feel like a lot of people who deal with discrimination and racism have that ability. You know, I feel like that's like one of the positive things that comes from it, is that ability to like just see past that shallow interaction.
Yeah, it's so true. Because remember when we were at a dinner party at our neighbor and friend's house, and I was telling them something about how during around 9/11 we were gonna go to Michigan for Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, to my aunt's house, and we got stopped because our last name is Talebi, and at that time Taliban was like, so it's very close. Even though it's completely different words, but it's close, right? Country. Tomato.
Different country,
different country. But we got stopped and we were fingerprinted, you know? Oh, man. For 3-4 hours, we were at the border. So then I was telling them that. And actually, what's funny is we told them, we're like, oh, we're Baha'is. And then they let us, they're like, oh, you should have told us. Something like that.
Oh, no way.
And my dad had his Baha'i card and he showed it to them. They're like, we're Baha'is, and they let us go. But even that is crazy, you know?
Yeah, that they had to do that.
But we understood. We're like, yeah, take our fingerprints. Like, you're feeling terrorized, right? By these things that happen to your country from other people. I don't even know, to be honest, what happened, who did it. At the end of the day, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah,
with politics. But from what we see on TV and stuff, I'm saying I understand their position of being fearful. So we were, what is that word? Appliant? When you comply? Compliant, yeah. So we were compliant and we understood. But then the people I was telling the story to, because I was like, but it's okay, we understand. They were like, I'm so sorry. No, it's not okay. You know? Because in my head, I'm like, I get it. It's cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, right? But they're like really good, kind people. And they're like, that's not okay. It's okay for you because you've experienced it. So when you're like, you know, someone who experiences it, easy to let it go. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But they were like, because they were like a Canadian couple, probably never really felt racism, right? Or any discrimination. So they were like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that one writing that I read where you're like, I feel like you come to a point where you're like, I'm going to accept them because they don't know.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide because they just don't know, you know?
I think it's like, a good approach. It's better than holding in a grudge and hating people and have hatred in your heart.
I think especially on first interactions.
Of course.
Like I think people like, and I'm guilty of it too, we're too quick to judge on that first initial impression of someone. I mean, I think the more you experience people, the more you meet people, you gain a feel for who they are, so you can build your like kind of analysis on them off of their first impressions. But like that kind of stuff, that's easy to say, like American border security are racist people.
Yeah.
You know, like it's easy to generalize that based off that experience. Right.
But it's definitely not an absolute.
Yeah.
Like, and those people, I didn't think of them as racist, to be honest.
But I think that's what happens when people say, like, because people said, oh, in Rome, they're racist.
In Rome or Paris?
Paris. Rome? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah. We even noticed a couple things. I'm not going to say it.
Yes.
But
the stores.
Who was I talking to? Oh, I think it was our friends from
Last
France.
night? Yeah.
No, from France. And they were saying that like every culture has these deep rooted, like I don't know if it's racist. What is it?
It's ignorance.
Ignorance. Yeah. Because the thing is, it's their country. It was their country. Yeah. Prejudice. Because it was like their country, or they were here, or it's whoever established a long lasting culture. Right. Of course, people coming in and who came in back then, they're going to have that prejudice towards them. Yeah. Because it's like you're trying to invade. Right. Because it probably was that. Mm-hmm. Or, you know what I mean? So there's like always going to have that root. It's so crazy.
I'm just looking for something. I'm going to read it. It's really, I think, important to like, oh, maybe it's not here. It's okay. It's something about how as human beings, like we're supposed to, hold on. It is not for him to pride himself who loveth his own country, but rather for him who loveth the whole world. It's like, if you only have pride and love for your own country, your own people, we will never see peace and unity, you know?
Yeah.
If you can love the whole world like that, I mean, obviously we're talking about politicians and leaders is different. They're money hungry, power hungry weirdos, right?
Yeah.
But like for people, let's think like that.
You know what's crazy? I've never felt like Canada's my home.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to live somewhere else. I've never felt like this is just where I belong because I was born here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Same.
I love it. I love
everything
here,
about Canada. But the thing is, even me growing up in Iran, like in Sunday school, learning that the whole world is your country, is your home, I didn't feel like that either. Yeah, it's hard moving from another part of the world to another because you have to learn the language.
Yeah,
culture.
there's a different shock.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, we were trying to like tell funny stories.
That's all good. Maybe they didn't even find our story funny.
It was so funny because like I guess it's one of those situations you had to be there to see him kind of like shoot at you with no gun and just pretending he was in war, like doing flips.
Somersaults, yeah. This guy was awesome.
It's so funny.
I wonder where he is right now. I wonder if he's still fighting that battle.
Yeah. Hopefully
think he's out there
better.
Putting in work.
I mean, you know, after COVID, it's like, who knows who's where, you know?
He survived. He was prepared for COVID.
Yeah,
he was probably telling us about COVID that night when he came and told me.
Why don't bed bugs get COVID and die? Seriously.
They probably have it. They're probably
Do they have
immune
lungs? I wonder.
Yo, do insects have lungs?
Great question.
How do insects breathe?
They have nostrils.
Do they need oxygen?
This is a good Google
That's
session.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course they need oxygen, but like fish have gills.
Okay, fish is different though. Like
they're underwater.
They breathe water. That's crazy. But
yeah,
like insects, like what do they?
I'm sure it's different for.
That's insane.
Different ones, yeah.
Maybe it goes into like their pores or something. We have to Google
that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It could be.
Let's Google it right now. Should we? Let's do that.
As you Google it, I'll tell the subway story.
Okay.
So in Paris, we took the subway a few times, and it's really busy. And James was going up with the crowd, and I was behind you.
You were in front of me.
Oh, I was in front of you, and some guy bodied me. This older guy.
Yeah, this guy was walking up. There's this thing, I don't know if you guys ever seen it on TikTok. It's called the no budge challenge, where you like walk down a hallway with your hands behind your back and you just don't move for anybody and you just shoulder people.
Oh.
This guy started this trend. Okay.
This was in 2016.
Yeah, this metro, like we were going down into the subway and it was packed. So like a full train rush hour. Everybody's just getting off work, was coming up the stairs, and we're like, there's a few of us going down. This guy's walking up with his hands behind his back, and he was like 6'5". This older guy, he was very tall.
He was tall,
very very tall.
But
guy.
he was like in his 60s, I would say.
Yeah, he was older. He was older,
70s.
and he just had his head down, and he's just walking up the stairs, head down, and he just boom shoulders Tina.
He was walking down. We were walking up.
We were going down. He was coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we were going to take the metro.
Okay.
Remember?
I remember it differently.
No, you were
because
going
when
down.
You pushed him,
I saw it because I'm looking down at you.
The crowd.
Yeah, exactly. So the crowd is lower than him. Do you get what I'm saying?
But
let's get to the story.
Okay.
I'll tell you. So she's going down, and this guy's shoulders her. Boom, and she was like, Tina wasn't expecting it. She's just walking, trying to dodge the people. This guy, boom, puts his shoulder into her. I was like, yo, what the hell? So when he got to me, I just bang hit him like hard, and he stopped. And he took a step back, and then he looked at me, and he just kind of like leaned into me, like what? I was like,
really?
Yeah, that's why I pushed him.
I don't remember it like that at all.
Yeah, so you were ahead.
Yeah, I just remember when I look back, he was crowd surfing.
Yeah, so I hit him. He stops. He looks at me, and then he just like leans into me like really close, and I was like, man, get off me. And I pushed him, and he was like on top of the crowd
because it was so busy.
And we're like, what the heck? There's this tall ass dude just on the crowd. I was like,
he was like in a suit,
yeah.
So funny.
Rude, man.
Yeah, he was rude, but also you got very angry.
Yo, he showed no respect to Tina. He shouldered her like hard.
Yeah, he did.
I don't care. You don't just shoulder people. Even if it's guy, girl, kid,
doesn't matter.
Grandma, grandpa, don't do that. Like,
you think he did it on purpose?
No, I think he was just being like, "This is me. This is my spot, my country.
I take the subway.
Yeah,
you don't.
I've taken this for 60 years.
Yeah, I wear this suit every day. Cool.
Been taking this subway for 60 years. This is the first time I ever crowd surfed."
Yeah, when I look, I was like this. I was like, huh. And then I went up a little more, and I wanted to see if James is behind me because it's so busy. Sometimes you get scared someone's gonna snatch you.
Yeah,
you know?
when you turn your back.
Yeah. So I looked back to see James, and I see him, and he's not facing me. He's looking down, I guess.
Yeah.
And this guy is like crowd surfing.
I could see the bottom of his Saucony shoes. You can see the brand. I know the brand because I saw it.
And then the crowd took him.
Yeah, they took him.
He went to work that way.
Yeah, that's how he had to go back down. Yeah. Oh, that guy, man.
Yeah, we think about that all the time. So what did you find out?
Okay, so
from Google?
The big question is,
do insects
have lungs? The answer is no.
That's why they don't get COVID.
Ah, yeah. Bugs do not have lungs, but bugs also do not breathe through their mouths like we do. Their respiratory system is made up of a network of tubes called trachea.
Trachees.
Tracheas?
That's
trachea.
for human and animals.
Tracheae. Trachea.
Okay.
Your trachea. Yeah. Openings called spiracles allow oxygen to flow throughout the bug's body through the trachea.
So where is it?
So it's
over their
body.
Like
Go to an image.
We don't understand the writing.
Oh, okay. So it's like these little tubes.
Oh, it's inside their body. It looks like a bunch of lungs.
Yeah, but it comes in through.
It looks like they have 10 lungs. Look at that grasshopper.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so there's these tubes that come up. So it comes up through there.
Ah,
yeah.
Cool.
So the air goes through these tubes and then it goes into their body.
That's just grasshoppers, the picture. Can I see another animal or insect?
That's crazy.
Like, why are they all grasshoppers? Did you search about grasshoppers?
No, I just said insects.
You guys should see this picture. It's so amazing, eh? Look at their bodies, little tiny insects.
What a crazy design.
Crazy design. And you know, when you look at it, like look at this picture, don't alien movies create their aliens off of insects? Yeah. For sure they do.
Yo, these guys could get COVID. They just don't have lungs.
Wish bed
just
bugs
wouldn't affect them because they don't have lungs.
What's the purpose of a bed bug?
Do bed bugs have lungs? That's
Yeah.
a good thing to look up. These
Also, Googled, can bed bugs get COVID and die? How to kill bed bugs effectively.
Bed bugs are insects. No, they don't. So they're the same way. Let's see if bed bugs can get COVID.
They can. They don't have lungs. What kind of virus can a bed bug catch? I'll sacrifice myself. I'll go inject myself with the virus and go roll in bed bugs. Oh my God, I'd rather die.
Oh, so they're saying they haven't been able to spread COVID. That means they can't really get it.
Mm-hmm. Wow, if they got it, they would spread it quick class. Right?
Punks, man.
They are punks. I hope they all die. And I don't say that about anything. I don't even care. I wouldn't say that even towards like cockroaches, whatever. I hate them so much. But still, at least they don't suck my blood and freaking give me disease.
Yo, I actually had a massive respect for dragonflies. I didn't realize this. So
why?
My friend who was in Japan recently, he was telling me like there's hardly any bugs that like bother you. But he said there's tons of dragonflies. And the dragonflies are the ones that eat them. Yeah, he said there's like hundreds of them, like all over the place.
So you think they would eat bed bugs? Maybe this is $1 million idea. Just get a bunch of dragonflies.
Throw them in there?
Throw them in the room. But bed bugs hide in like...
They're too low key. I don't think a dragonfly is going to...
Yeah, they need food
ASAP. Never know. These guys are breathing through their backs and stuff. Like,
they snatched them in the air. I think that's what... Wow. This is a glimpse into the types of conversations James and I have.
This is standard.
Takes a different route.
Yeah. think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys learned something new today.
Yeah. I'm sure they knew they're smarter than us, for sure. They're like, yo, I learned that in grade 5 science.
Yeah, straight up.
You and I were not paying attention.
Definitely not.
We hope you enjoyed this episode because we sure did.
Yeah.
Do not push people in the subway.
Yeah, do not bump into Tina in the subway. I will
push you.
Yeah, you would be crowd surfing. This will be another Woodstock 99. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Watch the documentary. You will have a new respect for me and Tina in the metro.
Oh, man. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
See you again. Let us know if you want us to do these on a certain day. I think that would help us. Yeah.
What day are you guys available? We're switching it up. We're going to post this.
Yeah.
This is Tuesday, obviously, when you're checking this out. So, let us know what times are good for you. We want to post it when you guys can watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, babe.
Love ya.
Yeah.
XOXO.
Peace out.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.